Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our weekly webinar. My name is Dr. Tina Lewandowski, and I'm the Director of Engagement here at the ADRC. Thank you so much for attending. Today, we have a presentation from Matt Chandler. Matt is the Program Director for the Life Enrichment and Wellness Program for the Community Outreach Program at the Landon Center on Aging at the University of Kansas Medical Center. Matt earned his BSc from KU in sports science and his MBA from UMKC. He has worked at the Landon Center since 1998. Just a friendly reminder, please keep your microphones on mute, and if you have any questions during the presentation, you may type them in the chat. We'll allow plenty of time for questions at the end of the presentation, and Mr. Chandler can answer them at that time. Mr. Chandler, we appreciate you taking the time today, so I will go on ahead and turn it over to you. Thank you.
Thanks, Tina. We'll just get started once I figure out how to share my screen here. There we go. Hold on, I don't use my laptop very often here. Well, welcome everybody to the Landon Center. Thanks for inviting me today. I have a fun little talk here. It's called Let's Get Moving. And this is for the baseline person that maybe has never exercised before or who has exercised and hated it or never do it again. We all know that exercise is good for us, so let's find some ways to do it. First, I work at the Landon Center on Aging and Community Outreach Program. We provide free fitness, education, art, and caregiving classes. We've been doing this since 2001. The Landon Center, Senator Nancy Castlebaum of Kansas secured a Claude Pepper grant, and our building was built for us. And so that's what our building is dedicated to: aging and neurology. We also have a clinical side, our geriatric clinic downstairs. We also do an assessment clinic with people, which is a 2-hour appointment. You see a geriatrician, a pharmacist, a physical therapist, and a social worker. And we also provide education for the medical students on campus. All right, here's all the reasons exercise is good for you. I think you know most of them: improve your strength and conditioning, improve your balance from falls, manage diabetes, arthritis, heart disease. Some lesser known ones people don't know about: help you sleep better, relieves levels of stress and anxiety, and perks up your mood and improves depression. Also, one of the reasons you guys have been coming to these Alzheimer's talks for a while, you probably know that KU's Alzheimer's Disease Center has an interest in how exercise improves cognitive function. Go through a little list here of why we quit exercising. Fads, intimidation, uncertainty, confusion of being fit with training to be an athlete, going too fast too soon when starting, not seeing the results in an unreasonable amount of time and expense. And I'll go through these one by one. First one I like is my little fun thing to do is fads. It's always been exercise fads since the beginning of time. This first ad is from JCPenney, and I think it was 1952. And exercise machines have also always been very expensive. $140 in 1952 was a lot, and that machine did nothing. Not all fads are bad. Jazzercise I still see around some of the community centers sometimes, fine. But a lot of people go all in on it and then get burnt out right away and swear they don't want to do another exercise program. And you have the ones like Jane Fonda. She's she was pretty, she had a name, she made a lot of money making workout tapes in the 80s. Once again, nothing wrong with that if that was your thing. A lot of people spent a lot of money on Jane Fonda workout tapes that they sold at the garage sale the next year. So watch what you're getting into. If any child of the 80s remembers her father buying a Bowflex machine and putting it up in the basement, and they're really good coat hangers, and clothes hangers, after the 6 months when your dad quit using it. And Bowflex is still around. This is one of their guides to one of the machines that they have. And as you see, kind of what's old is new again, kind of older kind of decor. You got the record player, and then mixing it in with the modern aspect, the flat screen TV. And then I swear I did not Photoshop this in front of the TV. That's the way Bowflex really wanted this ad to work. And so they're still selling them. People are still buying them. This machine, I think, was something like $3,500, which was the one I was looking at. We can do better than that for cheaper. Intimidation and uncertainty. How many of you have ever been to the doctor? Doctor says you need to lose 10 pounds, lower your blood pressure, get your A1C in order, and then tells you good luck and goodbye. Doesn't give you any indication of what to do after program or after your doctor's appointment. Maybe do join a gym and you look around and all these buff guys and gals act like they know what they're doing, or they might know what they're doing, and you don't ever think you're ever going to be able to attain what they're doing, and it's just intimidating. Which gym is right for you? There's expensive gyms, there's cheap gyms, there's gyms in churches, there's the Landon Center gym, there's gyms that have pizza bars, there's all kinds of gyms. Which one's right for you? A lot of gyms will let you in for free or cheap and then lock you into a long contract that it's hard to get out of. So you really got to be careful. And fear of being watched. Even we've been doing all our fitness programs with COVID through Zoom. And even with that, when all the people are looking at is the instructor teaching via Zoom, they'll still turn their cameras off. They don't want to be watched at all, which is fine. I understand that. Here's a big one that I find with a lot of our people that start out is they're confusing being fit with being an athlete they see on TV, or being an athlete like their grandchild or someone famous. The goal of being fit is not the same as being a competitive athlete. What you should be doing is not expecting to be 18 years old again, okay? It took you 70 or 80 years to get where you're at today. In 6 weeks, you're not going to be, running up the walls again. And remember with the athlete's primary job is to be an athlete. You've got to grandparent, babysit. Maybe you still have a job. Maybe you're a caregiver to a loved one. You still have to go grocery shopping and clothes shopping. Athletes don't have to worry about stuff like that. They're rich. They pay people to do all that. All right. Another thing, if you had started exercising once and you got hurt, so you're going to quit and never do it again. A lot of times, you look at the guy that's been exercising all his life and he's on a 10% incline on the treadmill, running his heart out, and you think you can do that right away. What's going to happen is you're going to get sore, you're going to get injured, then you're going to get frustrated, dejected, and then you're just going to quit. So do not start too fast too soon.
Hey, Matt,
Yeah.
your audio is a little crackly. I don't know if maybe you can move closer to your laptop, and that might help, but it's a little crackly and kind of hard to hear.
Okay, is this better?
Yeah, don't move. Stay right there.
Too far back, sorry.
That's okay. Thank you.
Okay, this is a big one. We just kind of talked about it a little bit. Not seeing your anticipated results in an unreasonable short amount of time. We have people start our fitness programs and come to them religiously, for 6 or 8 weeks, and I haven't lost any weight yet. It takes time. It really does. And what you need to do is set realistic goals, not some far off dream that you'll never be able to attain. Set short-term goals and long-term goals. One way to do this, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, is make a journal of what you can do now and what you'd like to do later after participating in fitness. As you are doing your fitness and journaling, you can go back in time and revisit your journal and see where you started, see where you are, and see if a lot of the things you would like to do is something you can do now. Maybe it's something as simple as reaching the plates on the your top shelf. You couldn't do it before, but maybe now with some strengthening and stretching exercises, see if you can do it. And just understand your quest to better health will take time, but the quest is better than doing nothing at all. And another big one is exercise or expense. Exercise equipment is expensive. Even used exercise is expensive. A lot of people, and you watch old Saturday Night Live sketch or whatever, where someone decides to start exercise and they have to go buy a whole new attire, of workout clothes and expensive shoes and sweatbands. You don't need to do that. Once again, we talked about gym membership fees. There's nothing wrong with joining a gym if that's what works for you. Just be careful, you can get locked into some expensive fees and unbreakable contracts. Hear about it on the news all the time, and it's completely legal to do once you sign your name. The Medicare does not cover any percentage of a gym membership, because why would Medicare care about preventative health? Hopefully one day we can get them to do that. But right now, Medicare covers nothing. When you're shopping around for your supplemental insurance, though, in October, check to see if, you check to see what if they cover with your prescription drugs and such. See if they also cover gym membership. I know like YMCA has a program called Silver Sneakers. And if you have like Humana, United Healthcare, just a couple of names, they'll cover that for you. We don't have a pool here, so we have a lot of people that will exercise here and go to a pool at YMCA. And come on, Matt, those are all good reasons, but the real reason is exercise is boring. That's the excuse I hear the most. And so that's what we're going to try to do to see if we can make it interesting and maybe fun. I know you guys are all muted now. If you have any other reasons that you find it difficult to stay motivated to exercise, we're going to talk about those at the end. All right, physical activity guidelines for America. This is from the National Institute on Health, and all the information from here on out, I'm going to present to you from the NIH, or a handy guide for the NIA that is free booklet that the government will mail to you, or it's online in a PDF form, just to let you know all this is coming from. Now, this is a whole lot of words. Just to tell you, you need to exercise about 2.5 hours a week. Majority of that being moderate aerobic exercise, and at least 2-3 days a week of weight training. And we'll go through all that in a bit. So let's start with the basic question. What exactly is exercise? And it's combining endurance, strength, balance, and flexibility, and improving upon those. And we'll just quickly go through these. What is endurance? Aerobic activity increases heart rate and breathing. Improves health, improves health of heart, lungs, and circulatory system, and you know what to do. Walking, climbing stairs, yard work, anything that gets moving. Here at the Landon Center, we have treadmills, exercise.
Matt, that makes it really hard to hear. Like it's a little challenging anyway, but that does make it pretty hard moving around. So the closer you could stay to the laptop, I know you want to show everyone everything, but it does make it hard to hear if you're talking and showing. So if you want to just do a pan and then go back to speaking, that would be great.
Okay. So anyway, we have the treadmills and bikes here. Balance is the ability to remain upright and steady, preventing falls, which is important because falls are the #1 leading cause of injury death to older adults in America. How do we do that? Tai Chi, we used to have Tai Chi classes here before COVID, and we plan to bring them back here once we get going again. Balancing on one leg, heel to toe walk, standing up and sitting down in a chair. Flexibility is just ability to bend easily. It allows endurance, strength, and balance together to work in harmony. If you're not flexible, it's going to be hard to move. So we want you to be able to move, to be able to do your aerobic and strength stuff. And then we always warm up and cool down before exercises. That way you're not getting injured. And now I'm going to put it all together to show you what you need is some weights, a TheraBand, soup cans. When COVID started, we had a fella, all the weights were sold out at Walmart or Target. He was just using his laundry detergent as his resistance item. We always recommend sturdy shoes. Please, no sandals. The number of times people drop weights on their toes. I mean, a shoe doesn't provide a whole lot, but it's better than nothing. No house slippers, no socks only. That's how you slip and fall. We always have a chair with no wheels. That way, it's something you can sit in, or if you need to grab onto it for balance. And now, if you have a smartphone or any phone, really, nowadays most people do, it's a good idea to keep your phone nearby in case you fall or something. I was going to show you how real quick what we do in class here with the warm-up, strength, balance, cool down, and how to work an aerobic component. Tina, I'm going to step back here. If you guys can't hear me, I'll just bring it up closer, but I got a little setup. Let me know. Yes. Okay, so that one. So anyways, weights, you can buy weights at Walmart, Dick's, secondhand stores usually have them. And then these resistant bands, a lot of people like using. Do the same thing, take up less space, you can just ball it up and throw it in the closet. So you decided to exercise, but you know you're going to just quit again. How do you stay motivated? One way is find a group of like-minded friends. There's walking clubs all over town, church groups, community centers, places like the Landon Center. All our classes are group classes. Everyone gets to know each other, know their grandkids. A lot of what people do is listen to music. If you want to do it by yourself, listen to music, podcasts, books on tape. Once again, I feel it's important to journal. That way you can look back 2 months from now and see where you were and where you are, and it'll motivate you to keep going. Everyone has a different time that they'd like to exercise. For older adults, we've found, and this is just anecdotal from what people told us over the years, they like exercising in the morning so they have the rest of their day in case they have to pick up grandkids, doctor's appointments. Do what works for you, but if you're starting out, maybe just try before or try after breakfast, and then it's out of the way for the day. And reward yourself. It doesn't have to be be painful. If you do something good, look in your journal or happy where you're at, go treat yourself to an ice cream sundae or whatever. It's fine. And speaking of journaling, it doesn't have to be a lot of words or anything. These are plans that the NIH sends out. You can just check off that you did endurance on Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. You did your strength on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And, just go through there, and that way you can keep track. Just make a bunch of copies. If you want an endurance, instead of checking off, if you want to put, I walked 2 miles in 20 minutes, write that down. And then you can go back and look later to see how much you're improving upon that. Another one is, this one is just with the strength daily record. You can just mark off every exercise you did so you're not forgetting any. Nothing wrong with it. After a while, you're just going to know what to do if you stay true to your program. And all our resources here, and I can send out this PowerPoint to anyone that wants it if you just want to click on these links. The NIA is the government National Institute on Aging. They send out tons of stuff for free. So if you're ever interested, go to the NIH, and it's not just about fitness, it's about all other health things. So if you're ever looking for pamphlets or booklets, go to that website. Also, the Landon Center on Aging is a resource to the community. Now that we have COVID, you don't need to live close to here to take advantage. We have exercise online 5 days a week. We have in-person exercise. If you do want to come in, just shoot me an email. We also have other classes, like we're starting our Walk with Ease class, which is the Arthritis Foundation supports this. When we do this, it meets 3 times a week. We do a little lecturette before each walk and do a warm up. And then we have a group that goes walking, and it's real fun. COVID screwed it up because we couldn't meet, but now we were doing it on Zoom, but now we're going to start a new class in September, on September 19th, and we will have an in-person option so people can get together and walk again. And then also another program I do is Walk with a Doc. Once a month, we meet somewhere in Kansas City. Excuse me. and we all go walking. That way we can get a group together. And this was great during COVID because it got people outside where they're a little safe, felt safer, you know. And last month we were at Strawberry Hill in KCK. The month before that we walked Hyde Park. The month before that we actually walked KU's campus. And this month, next Saturday, we're going to do the Kaufman Gardens. So if it's something you're interested in, just shoot me an email and we can definitely get you set up. So now that's all I have. Does anyone have any questions for me?
Thank you, Matt. I know that there was some trouble hearing some of the presentation, but hopefully the closed captioning was helpful to people. The question that you had asked during your presentation about reasons that you like exercising, one person did mention that they liked exercising with friends. So I did want to let you know that one person did respond with that.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Any other questions? And just a reminder, if you want to come exercise with us, it's free classes. You can try it. If it doesn't work for you, we don't take any offense.
Did anyone have any questions today for Matt? Okay, so it looks like we have a question here from Marge. Walk with a doctor always on Saturday?
Yes, because doctors are seeing patients during the week. We're not the only Walk with the Doc program in town. I think there's 5 or 6 others. University Health has one, Children's Mercy, and a couple others. And I know some of those are during the week. So you could reach out to them and see.
Another person asked, how do we sign up for your online classes? And what's the address of the center?
The Landon Center is $35.90. I'll put these in the chat here real quick. $35.99 Rainbow.
Okay.
In City, Kansas. And if you're interested in any of these, email me at mchandler@kumc.edu. Oh, hi, Kenna. She comes to our fitness classes.
All right, I didn't see that come up in the chat, Matt.
Oh, I just sent it to one person.
Okay. You should be able to, I think, copy that and then send it to everyone.
There you go.
Perfect. And then do people just email you to sign up?
Yeah, so what we do is email me and I'll send you the link and password. We keep everything secure so we don't have a bunch of pranksters jumping on. That way I know every name that comes on.
Perfect.
We try to keep our people safe.
Absolutely. All right. Were there any, oh, one other question came through. What else besides Children's Mercy for walking groups? So if you wanted to share those walking groups again.
Yeah, I am going to look that up because I'm on the group with them, and I will email Tina. And does she know do you know her or how to get a hold of Marge?
I do not, but let me put my email in the chat here. And so anyone who wants that can contact me. You can also email my alliance. Tina, that's me. I'm the director of engagement here at the ADRC. And so if you have any questions about those groups, if you just want to email me, then I will respond and get you that information from Matt.
Okay.
All right. And then can you show the website to Walk with the Doc again? Gabby wanted to know.
Right. Oops.
Another person mentions they swim to keep motivated. They keep track of links. By next week, I will have swum across the English Channel 3 times. Way to go. I also had a friend that jogged and walked and kept track of miles to go around the world. How inspiring. That's pretty great.
Here is the corporate doc information. Someone just email me any questions and I will.
Here's another question from Cheryl. What can you do for exercise in your if your knees are bad and walking is too painful?
Sure. So that the first easiest answer to that is water aerobics because it takes a lot of pressure off walking.
So you said water aerobics. It was kind of hard to hear you there again.
Yeah, water aerobics is a good one. Also, you could try our Walk with Ease class. It is designed by the Arthritis Foundation, and we teach proper stretching before the walks. And there's all levels of abilities. We don't send everyone out on a walk at the same pace. We have slow people, medium-sized people, or medium people, and people who walk really fast. So that's something I interested in.
What about cycling? Is that pretty good for knees as well?
Yes, so I'm not going to move my computer around again, but the recumbent bikes are really the bikes you sit on and move with your legs, and that way, once again, it's taking the pressure off your legs. Those are also good if you have a bad back.
Great. It looks like Edie mentioned that using an device that tracks her daily exercise goals keeps her motivated.
Yeah, a real popular thing are step trackers. Also, those kind of went out of style a little bit when everyone got the smartwatches, and they could do that. And they could, fun little games with that. Mark your trail as you're going around. So.
Great. Well, Matt, it looks like that's all the questions and comments that we had. Thank you so much for your presentation today. We definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, I will not use this computer again for presentation. I just used it in here because I was going to show off the stuff. But all right, well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much. And then just a reminder, everyone, we will have the weekly webinar presentation again next Thursday at 2 o'clock. More information can be found on our website under events, and look out for your My Alliance Monday email. You can also visit our website at kualzheimers.org. This presentation is recorded and will also be available on our YouTube channel, and you can find the channel by navigating to our website under weekly webinars or using the link in the reminder emails. If you have any questions or comments in the meantime, feel free to email myalliance@kumc.edu. I hope to see everyone next week and have a great rest of your week.
Thanks, Tina.
Thanks. Bye, everyone.